All right. Hey, everybody. What's up? My name is Shara Prophet, and I am a behavior modification specialist certified in clinical hypnotherapy. I am I'm streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook at the same time. I hope you guys are having a fabulous Wednesday today. And today we're going to be talking about how the fear of not having enough could be the reason why you're not being fulfilled in certain areas in your life. Okay. So as you come in, please make sure that you like the video, subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, hey, if you're on Facebook, go ahead and invite people in, tag them, share the video if you feel like this is some information that could be very useful for people in your network. All right, so let's just jump right into this. I get a lot of clients that are fearful of not getting what they want. So this fear tends to stop them in their tracks from even getting started. So it is the fear of failure, okay, as well as the fear of success in different areas of life, not just in business, but in your relationships, in your friendships, in your health, okay, your personal health. And so we're going to talk about the 6 foundational root causes as it relates to stages of development that have not been resolved, or unresolved stages of development, I should say. Okay. So the first one would be lack of nurturing and the lack of affection. And this is mainly during the really early stages, like the infant stage. Maybe you were not held enough or you weren't fed enough. Okay. Also, as you grew older, perhaps you didn't receive a lot of affection, like there wasn't a lot of I love yous or hugs or any displays of affection from your parents onto you or just in your household, period. The second one is your parents' physical absence. So if your parents just weren't around due to work, or maybe you weren't raised by your parents, this could absolutely install a program in you that makes you feel like you do not have enough, or that you are not enough because your parents just weren't there. The third one is your parent was there physically, but maybe they were just mentally checked out. Okay, they just were not present with you. So maybe they were overloaded with a lot of things to do, with bills, especially if you grew up in a single parent household. Sometimes that particular parent who's responsible for raising you doesn't have the bandwidth to give attention to work life, paying bills, as well as taking care of a kid. Okay, so that is definitely one. The fourth one is there was no bond formed between parent and child. So I have seen this a lot. I have seen it where people have children and they're not necessarily built to have children. They're not the parental type. They don't have that motherly or fatherly instinct. So the bond never forms between mother or father and child. Okay, that can absolutely leave a child feeling like they need more, like they don't have enough. The fifth one is there's no validation or reward. So you went through your entire life doing things and you never heard one time, good job. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Or you never got a reward for the thing that you did. Okay. And the sixth one is growing up in an impoverished environment. Okay, that's a tongue tire right there, a tongue twister. So if you grew up in an environment where there was never enough food, there was, sometimes the lights got cut off, sometimes you didn't have gas and it was cold, right? Sometimes you didn't have a car, or you know, had to walk far distances, and just ends just never met, right? You were never able to meet and make ends meet. Why am I so tongue-tied today? Okay. That can absolutely make you feel like your needs are not being met because they're actually not being met. Okay. It's really important to understand the root causes of why we feel the way we feel. And a lot of people, I'm hearing a lot of I'm seeing posts all over the place and people talking about, you know, moving forward and not really needing to pay attention to the past. And, you know, that's correct to a certain extent. However, if you are actually not able to gain traction when you're moving forward, okay, if you've been working hard, and you're still not able to make ends meet, if every relationship you're in, you feel slighted, you feel like you're not getting enough out of that relationship, or you feel like you don't have enough to give, so you pull back from relationships that could be very beneficial to you, whether that's in a working capacity, in a career capacity, or whether that is in a romantic relationship, or just in your friendship. Sometimes you feel like, I'm not enough, I don't have enough to give, so I'm just going to pull away. All right. So these things definitely take a toll on our everyday life and in different aspects of life. And it's important for us to take a look at our early childhood stages, because when there are unresolved stages, and there are 8 of them, there are 8 stages of development that go from infant all the way through the elderly phase. And if you don't know what those stages of development are, I encourage you to do some research on that. I teach this in great depth in the Be Magic Hypnosis Method training course, okay? In fact, the students in that class have to walk through a process where they identify their own unresolved stages of development, and they use the Be Magic method to clear that energy and to help them go back and resolve those stages. So it's very important. And these are things that will come up for you time and time again. So if you feel stuck, if you feel like things are not working out in your favor, and you take one step forward and you got to take 10 steps back, and there's just, relationships aren't working out, health is always, hanging in the balance, then it's very important to say, okay, what's going on here? Right? What energy is there that needs to be cleared? What stage of development was unresolved? And how do I identify that? How do you identify that? Well, one, you need to know what the stages of development are, okay? And then after you know what they are, you're going to walk yourself through a process to help identify which stage you need to go back and resolve, okay? That is the blueprint for it. Now, I'm not going to name all of the stages. You can absolutely look this up for yourself. And I'm not going to give you the blueprint of how to clear it, because that is stuff that I reserve for my students. But I did want to bring this to you guys today because I think that it is very important for us to start doing those deeper digs and taking those deeper dives into ourselves and looking at the past, not to ruminate on it, not to blame, not to feel shame, not to feel fear, but really approach it as if you are a scientist, or as if you are an observer, okay? Float above it. Float above it and take a bird's eye view of it and look at these things play out so that you're able to see the full picture. And once you're able to see the full picture, then you can pick and point and say, oh, it's this right here, it's this right here, it's this right here. These are the things that I need to go back in and clear, okay? Because saying affirmations is great, doing magic is great, reprogramming your mind is great, but let me tell you something. And y'all know I'm all about reprogramming the mind, but I am also about clearing the energy from the nervous system. And the only way for you to do that is for you to identify the problem Okay. And then have a tool available to you to help you clear the energy from the nervous system, to help you clear the energy out of the body. Because remember, the body is made up of over 75% water. Water holds memory. Water holds memory. So you can reprogram your mind as many times as you want to. If you're not moving that energy out of your physical body using a tool that works, okay? If you're not doing that, then you're going to keep on having those experiences, okay? It is a mind-body connection that we always need to strive for, okay? Mind-body connection. That's what we're striving for. Heart-mind connection is what we are striving for, because the subconscious mind is an emotional mind. It is not a thinking mind. Your conscious mind is a thinking mind. So when the conscious and the subconscious come together, you enter into the superconscious realm, which is the God mind, the God frequency. That is where we're able to start creating, okay? So bringing the heart and mind together is key. Journaling is great. All of these things, the journaling and the affirmations and the mantras and the lighting candles, you know what those tools are excellent for? Those tools are excellent for reinforcing the new behavior as you're clearing things out of the nervous system and as you are clearing old programs from the subconscious mind. Those other tools are there to like strengthen the muscle, okay? So if you know, okay, I've identified this issue over here, it started at this age, this is what happened, and I'm doing the energy work to clear that stuff out, okay? So now I need to program my muscle memory. I need to program my nervous system with these new ideas, because the nervous system, the muscle memory, is used to thinking, acting, being, and existing in a certain holding pattern that has been with you for however long you've been on this earth. And for some of us, it's been with us longer than that. It's been with us, you know, from other past lives. It's been passed down through the DNA, through the bloodline. Okay, so it's important that we do mantras and affirmations and read books and things like that to help work that muscle, to strengthen the muscle and reprogram the muscle memory, reprogram the waters. You're purifying the waters and then you're reprogramming the waters, okay? Because the old behavior is going to require repetitive feeding of the new idea in order for it to take root. That's why we do routines. That's why we do rituals. That's why we write in our journals and we speak affirmations. Writing in the journal, doing the rituals, speaking the affirmation isn't necessarily clearing everything unless you have done the initial clearing, okay? Then following up with those tools. I hope that this is making sense. The affirmations, rituals, the candle magic, the earth magic, and all of that stuff is beautiful. I love it. I use it, okay? The prayers, it's awesome. They work, but you have to keep doing it in order for it to stick. So how do we live in this space? How do we live there permanently? How does it become like breathing air, like riding a bike, instead of I always have to do this. If I don't, then my life is going to fall apart. You got to go back to the origin. You got to go back to the beginning. You have to Do that clearing energetic work on a very deep cellular nervous system level. You have to purify the waters first. It's going to be a lot easier for you to gain that traction. It's going to be a lot easier for you to stay in that space as you're putting these tools in motion and activating them for yourself, right? Yes, do all of that stuff, but make sure you're looking at the core root of the problem. Okay. So if you fear not having your needs met, if you're lighting a candle, you're writing your affirmations and you're speaking your affirmations, but right here, right there in the back of the head, in the back of your mind, you still got a little bit of fear about it not happening and about it not working out. And that happens to you all the time. That is a repetitive thing. That is a ruminating thing for everything that you do. You kind of expect for it not to work out. You kind of expect for you not to have your needs met. It's a deeper issue. And that's why you have to keep doing the affirmations, lighting your candles every day or every week. I'm not saying not to do it. There's nothing wrong with it. It works, right? But what we're striving for is a cure. Okay, we're striving to cure the sickness. Okay. Also, what we're doing is we're working to wean ourselves off of the codependency upon an outside thing to bring us temporary relief. And the way we do that is by doing that deep intercellular work. Okay. That is truly how we get to a point where we're like, I'm in the flow, baby. It's just popping, it's coming. I'm good. You know, I'm in the flow. I can think of it now. I can feel it now. And I can just it just materializes. Okay. It's now materializing because I've become that thing. It's hard to become a thing when the old thing is still stuck in there somewhere. It's really difficult to become a thing when you're already something. Okay. So when I clear out that old program that told me I didn't have enough, I'm not enough, my needs are not going to be met because of the lack of nurturing and affection in my early childhood stages, or because I grew up in an impoverished environment, or because I never received validation or reward for the things that I did when I was a child, or there was never a nurturing bond built or established between my parent and me, or because my parent was mentally checked out because they were dealing with their own demons, or my parent was physically absent from my life. Once I clear that out, all of the programs and emotions and energies attached to that, now I have room to become the very things that I am manifesting, that I'm materializing, that I am allowing to take shape in the 3D realm. Now I have space for that. Now it can come in, and guess what? It'll be built upon a firm foundation and not on sinking sand. Because you can manifest whatever you want and you can materialize a lot of things. However, if your foundation is wobbly and shaky, and there's a part of you that feels like I still haven't learned my lesson yet, I need to learn some more. And that's not a conscious thing, mind you. It's not conscious. This is an unconscious thing. So when I hear people talking about how, they don't know why they keep attracting this person and that person. I'm a good person. Why do I attract that? I shouldn't be attracting that because I don't act that way. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not evil. I'm not sneaky. I'm not clingy. I'm not needy. Maybe you are not. However, there is an energy vibrating inside that is attracting those other energies because there is something that needs to be looked at. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. It doesn't mean that you're broken. It just means this is still happening because I haven't quite tapped into the thing yet. And there are a lot of things, y'all. It's a lot of things. We are going to be healing for as long as we are alive. And even when we leave this physical form and we enter into a new realm, a new experience, guess what? It's going to be more stuff. Okay? It's going to be more stuff. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's a beautiful thing. But you got to be comfortable with the idea of, yes, I am a work in progress. Yes, there are things that I am going to master, and there are going to be some things that I still need to do work on, and that's okay. It's not something to be upset about. I used to get upset about it. Trust me, I used to get upset and be like, when is this going to be over? I keep doing all this healing work and da 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 da. Until now, the healing is now a part of my daily life, right? The check-ins, and it's just fun for me now. It's not a problem anymore. It's not something that I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired of dealing with this. I'm tired of this person coming up and this energy showing up and this situation showing up. It's just like, oh, okay, that keeps showing up. Let me take a look at that for a minute. But you know why? Because I have tools. When you have tools, guess what? The problem is now becoming interesting because now you have tools. Now you're kind of getting excited about going in there and fine tuning and doing the adjustment work, right? Think of it like a mechanic. A mechanic has all the tools that they need to fix any kind of problem with any kind of car, okay? And if they don't know how to fix any kind of car, right, they keep practicing. They keep finding new cars to work on until they master that car. They get excited about it. They love what they do. Become a mechanic in your healing journey. Exactly, Shawnee. Yes, like, oh, this goes here. Oh, that's that. Oh, that. Become excited about it. Even when it feels shitty, even when you are crying, even when you are sad, you are angry, it feels like your back is up against the wall. It feels like you got 100 boulders laying on top of you. Somewhere inside, try to conjure up that joy. Hello, Triple K. Somewhere inside, try to conjure up that joy and that excitement. Oh, I get to figure this out. Look at it as a puzzle. You know how little kids get excited about puzzles? Well, you know, the kids that I know get excited about puzzles. I don't know if all kids get excited about puzzles, but you know, a little kid gets excited about putting a puzzle together. They don't look at the puzzle and they're like, oh God, I got to do this again. I'm so tired of these dumb puzzles, right? They're like, oh, I get to figure this out. Okay. I get to figure it out. When we move into a space of I get to figure it out, all energy is beneficial. Okay. I get to connect with myself again. I get to connect with those versions of me from the past. Okay. And I get to know them a little bit deeper, because that's really what we're doing when we do this inner work. When we go back through our stages of development and we tap in to see which parts of those stages were unresolved that are now impacting our lives and impacting our children's lives and our partners' lives and our businesses and our relationships and our health. When we do that, what we're doing is we're going in and we're like, hey, what's up? Shara at age 16, what's up with you? What happened? Oh, that happened? Oh shit, let's go back in and work that energy. Let's do something about that. Okay, you're making good friends with all versions of you. Okay, let's look at it that way. People are so up in arms about healing. They're so up in arms about law of attraction and attracting weird energies. Well, let's find out why. And also maybe look at it as maybe it's not that weird. Maybe it's okay just the way it is. Everything is beneficial. All things are working together for my highest and best good. I am the magician and the alchemist. I get to shift this energy whenever I choose to. That's what a scientist is, a magician and an alchemist, right? That's what we do. We're in the lab. Inner work means going into the lab and looking at these parts of ourselves and saying, oh, I can use this version of myself and adjust it here. And I bet that this part of me that's experiencing this right now will also be adjusted, and I'm going to get a far better result than I ever could have while I was still operating from that old frequency. Yes, Triple K, going with a curious mind. It can be fun, y'all. It can be fun. In the beginning stages, if you're new to your healing journey, in the beginning stages, it's going to be a little crazy, okay? You'll be like, what the hell is going on? And listen, even if you've been doing it for as long as I've been doing it, you still going to hit parts where it's like, what is this? You know what I mean? Why is this happening? But even that doesn't last long. Even that, being upset and scared and frustrated, that doesn't last that long. I'm telling you, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. It's not easy. Now, I'm not going to say easy. I'm going to say the more you do it, the faster you're going to be able to recover. Okay. I'm not going to say that it's easy, but the more we release the fear of facing those old versions of ourselves, and we're able to look at what did our parents do or not do, not from a place of blaming and shaming, right? But okay, let's see. Mom was working a lot. It was 3 of us that she was trying to take care of, Dad was kind of in his own world, you know what I mean? Okay, how did that affect me? How is it affecting me? How is it affecting me right now? That's how it's affecting me. Okay, what can be done to clear this? What tools do I need? Do I have the tools? And if I don't, who has the tools? Where can I get them from? Whom do I need to work with? What book do I need to read? What practice do I need to start implementing? All right, guys. Okay. We're in a time right now where it's very important that you know yourself and that you get to know the versions of you that came before you and the one that's coming after, but that's a whole nother conversation. Okay. That's another conversation. Okay. And every time if you are in the healing arts, okay, if you are a healer, if this is your profession, every gate that you walk through as it relates to your healing journey becomes a curriculum or a treatment plan for your clients or your students or your social media audience, okay? Think of it that way. I'm gaining new experience for my job, on the job training. That's what this stuff is on the job training, y'all. If you're a healer, okay, if you're a reader, if you do anything in the healing arts, your healing journey is on the job training, and all is going, and it's an investment plan, baby. Because you get to invest back into your business, using the skills that you gained through your own healing journey. Everything is working for you. Everything is working on your behalf. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every failure, I got to start over again, every new beginning, every single one of them, all of these things are working on your behalf when you understand how to work it. Okay. All right. So I hope that this has been helpful for someone out there. All right. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, let's set up a free phone consultation. You can click the Linktree link. My website is being worked out still, got hacked and suspended. So I'm using my Linktree for you to connect with me. You can book a free consultation appointment. It's 20 minutes. We talk on the phone. You can tell me what your situation is, and I can tell you more about the services that I offer to see if we're a good fit for one another. I'm starting the Breaking Chains Codependency, Overcoming Codependency class sessions. There's not a class, it's a group hypnotherapy sessions. We're going to be starting that up in mid-February. So I am accepting consultation appointments and signups for that program. And also definitely check out the Be Magic School .org, because there's tons of classes in there that you can do for self-study, self-practice to assist you along your healing journey, to assist you, in your magical practice. Okay, so definitely check all of that out. And if you'd like to become a certified professional hypnotist, I invite you to check out the Be Magic Hypnosis Method certification program. It's a year-long program. If you want to test drive it, you can get 5 hours free going through the course for 5 hours, just seeing if it's a good fit for you. You do need to dedicate your time and your energy to this. This is a self-mastery course that you can then invest again and turn it into a business, or add those new add the training and your new skill set to the business that you are already in. All right, guys. All right. So I love you all. Those of you who are just now joining, I invite you to go back and watch this video from the very beginning. I will be back again sometime this week. I'm still playing around with the best times and days to do lives on both Facebook and YouTube. But I'll be here at least 1 to 2 times per week. Okay, so expect to see me 1 to 2 times per week. All right. Okay, everybody, I love you all. Have a fabulous, fabulous Mercury day. Bye.